Next one we're going to be looking at is what to avoid, what to look out for, and asking questions on within yourself on what should I do, what should I look out for. As far as what should I avoid, simple. Look out for online bullying and trolls. Keep note on what they look like and how to approach them. Just so I can go back real quick, if you're dealing with online bullying or any trolls, do not respond back to them. They want a response. Do not give them that gratification. Go ahead, click the mute button, click the ban button, click the kick button, and get rid of them. Do not talk, do not engage with them. It is not worth your time and energy to deal with these people. You have more important things to do in your life than to deal with them, okay? They're least of your concerns. So click those buttons, remove them, make yourself happier, please. But not only avoiding that, but also avoid certain websites, avoid certain levels of activity online as well. Once it comes to internet safety, it is a little bit more... It's very nitpicky in a sense, because internet safety is a very loose umbrella term. For anyone who doesn't know what that means, an umbrella term is more along the lines of it's just a very wide and large topic. For example, just bullying in general. That's kind of like think of a tree, for example, right? You got the top of the tree. All the leaves and that giant bundle right there, that alone is internet safety. But trees, as we all know, they have branches. Every time it branches out, those are your different points. So for internet safety being the umbrella term, which is the top of the tree, and then the branches, it'll be like branch, the first branch going to the left, that's online bullying and trolls. Branch B, what to avoid, what to look out for. Branch D, think before you post, things like that. So see all of these things as a tree. Everything branches off into smaller topics that are still related to the main topic that we're talking about. If you did not know that term, then you are free to use that new term and make yourself look even smarter than you already were just a couple of seconds ago. But definitely avoid any threatening websites because a lot of them can contain malicious, viruses, just certain websites should not be gone to in general. Obviously, anything that is if you're a kid, do not go into inappropriate websites in general. That's where I also kind of will be going a little bit more hand in hand with the topic that I mentioned before of should I monitor an X level of activity in a sense, and what can I do to keep not only myself safe, but family members and kids safe as well. But definitely look out for those. I know that's a little bit easier said than done. We have a lot of different ways to do that now. For anyone using Google Chrome, for example, there's a lot of different extensions on there that you can find for, it will kind of notify you, be like, hey, this website may be harmful to your PC. It may contain inappropriate or explicit content you may not want yourself to see or others. And it will give you warnings, but not only to protect yourself, but to protect your computer as well, so you don't get any information stolen and no one gets into your information or on your computer. Obviously, that's the last thing any of us wants. Another thing to avoid, something for me personally, I know a lot of other people may disagree with this, but that's kind of the beauty of an education channel, being that it is okay to disagree, but let's have a mature and, a good flow of communication on, how we feel and why we see that way. Let's talk a little bit more about that. And if proof needs to be added in there, well, we'll put that in there. But this is more, internet safety, I think, is more personalized rather than something that can really be studied. Definitely avoid any kind of malicious websites or anything along the lines of that. That helps out greatly. Avoid different third-party websites as well if possible. Third-party websites are, for me personally, a little difficult to explain. If anyone can explain third-party websites and benefits or negatives of third-party websites, because I know they go either way, please mention about that in the comments too, if you do have the knowledge on them and able to elaborate a little bit further. The best way to really also do this, I know it's another topic I have, but research and read up on everything. If you don't trust a website and if you think it might be iffy and maybe a little bit sketchy, Google it. Look up something is like, will this harm my computer? Would this website, you know, is it trustworthy? Is it a scam? You can look these things up. I think over 90% of the time, you will get your answer. You may have to do more research further into it, but it's better to overdo your research and reading up on this information rather than just taking the risk and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. Please don't do that. Please read up on everything. I highly encourage you. I know a lot of people don't, and I know a lot of people make the mistake, especially for social media, where the terms and agreements or their terms and services, a lot of them, like Facebook, for example, as we all know, if anyone's ever made a new account, when they first started and when I first signed up, they had this gigantic list of terms and agreements and services. And it just went on and on. It was like 50 plus pages. As a kid, you're not going to read that. But as an adult, please do. I know it's time consuming and I know you guys have very intense, hectic lives that you need to sort out and to live out. I get that. We all run busy lives in some way, shape, or form, but for the safety of yourself and your family, please read these things before anything. And if you don't understand something, that's where research comes in. Or if you have a contact, if you want to get heavier into this about legal stuff, about, you know, misinformation or anything along the lines of that, I'm not a professional. Go seek a professional, a lawyer or something along the lines of that. But that also goes into like what to look out for. Just be sure to read up on everything you can to keep yourself safe so nothing happens to you and your family, and so nothing happens to your computer as well. Your computer is a very big portion of internet safety. If you are going on websites you should not be going on, your computer is in harm's way, and if your computer's in harm's way, you're increasing the likelihood of something bad happening. Just be aware and be smart. Keep thinking about what if. It's okay to ask what ifs. I encourage people to ask the question, what if? And I only say that because if you're asking, what if I do this? Like, will it affect me negatively, or is there a possibility of like a virus coming on my computer? It's okay to ask what ifs, but turn those what ifs into research. Just Google it. It's okay. We have the information now. Do yourself a favor and just read up. It's okay. All I do now because I'm very paranoid about these kind of things. I take my safety very personally. I take my family's safety very personally. You know, safety. Simple, right? The next one I want to be talking about is think before you post. As I think a lot of us know, we have social media platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, streaming services, you know, such as like Twitch, or YouNow is a third-party one that's getting into a different kind of conversation. Who is calling me? I'm in the middle of a video. Please stop calling me. I do not know this number. Do not answer spam calls. Do not answer any spam calls. That is still internet safety, in my opinion. Cell phones, another big topic. I will get to that after I finish this one. But yes, as a lot of us know, we have so many different social media platforms that we ourselves go on almost daily or frequently, and family members do it as well. It's kind of inevitable. You can't really get away from it too much, it seems. And by this, I think we all know that people tend to post up very peculiar, questionable things online. Think before you post. I shouldn't have to go into detail about this. If you are a kid or if you are an adult, applies for both of you guys. Think before you post. If you see a post that is concerning that a family member has posted up or your child has posted up, like I said, it is difficult for me because I do not have a child of my own, but I have been working with kids professionally for multiple years. But, you know, in this manner, it is very, very difficult because it is up to you as the parent to make these decisions. Obviously, I can't and will never make these decisions for you because you are the parent, you know what's best for your child, and you are the brains behind the operation, right? You are the child's mentor, you are their teacher, you are who they look up to, and they want to be inspired and they want to be in awe by you, and they should be. You're their parent. But once it comes to safety, you know, parents, do your research, please, if you are not already. I know it's time consuming and it can be, but I guarantee we all want what's best for our loved ones. You know, if you do monitor activity levels, I think that is okay within reason and within respect. I never condone anyone going as far down the line of monitoring every tiny little thing. There's such thing as over monitoring, but like I said, you know best, and I know you do. Just keep them safe and make sure if you have to have like those child locks on like TV. I know they have the same thing for like YouTube. That's why they have YouTube Kids now. Keep them safe. Make sure they don't post up things they shouldn't be posting up. If you are younger and, you know, it's hard to say if you're a teenager. I still kind of personally expect teenagers to go down that line too. I mean, if you're like 13, 14, I know you're just starting up high school in a sense, but I think by that age, you are kind of developing more about and learning about yourself a little bit more frequently. I do classify, you know, anywhere around more closer to 16 years of age. As an adult, I know a lot of people may say like, no, that's not right. It may be 15. It may start off at 18. For me, I see 16 within reason. As teenagers, we do post up very interesting things. And kids, you know, it's difficult to say. It also depends on who they're interacting with, what they see their friends posting up, what they're doing. It just all comes down to, please just be safe. Don't do anything that will put you in harm's way. Please do not have to stop at that topic because I don't know too much further down the line of that. But once again, that's where you guys also come in. If you want, please add more onto that part as well, if you would like to do so in the comments below.